Now the state assembly is in session. More on the election-related bills they're debating.
Patient safety concerns, hospital staffing, and high turnover rates. SEIU nurses are saying enough is enough.
And giving veterans unique support during their end-of-life journey. Our Maddie Heimsch has the touching story. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Right now, the Wisconsin Assembly is debating a series of bills that would change how elections are run here in Wisconsin.
Political reporter Will Keneally has the latest. Will?
Well, Eric and Susan, we're right outside the Assembly chamber here where they've just wrapped up after about 4 hours worth of debate over these election proposals here. Now, they are very similar to a slate that we covered earlier in the week, like, for example, a prohibition on outside money coming to cities to help them run elections. But new today, we learned that Democratic Governor Tony Evers is expected to sign at least one of these proposals that would allow workers to start processing absentee ballots the Monday before an election to speed up the process on Tuesday nights. We spoke to the bill author today.
When we go to bed on election night, we should have a solid, unofficial result of the results of the election. Everyone wins. It's time to get government out of the way and let our poll workers and clerks get some sleep on Tuesday.
Now, that bill was just passed within the last few minutes here with some bipartisan support. Now, these election bills come as Republicans in the chamber are also moving to oust the state's top elections official, a nonpartisan person there. And we'll have more answers today from legislators on where that impeachment process will go from here. We'll have that more coming up tonight at 6. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
All right, Will, thank you. Let's get a look now at your first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti out on the weather patio. Gary?
Kind of a windy day today, but at least the sunshine was back after a gloomy day yesterday. As we take a look at the live view from the WISC-TV Skycam, just had a beautiful sunset in the west. The Platteville-Queanbeyan Radio Skycam shows a few clouds on the western horizon, but visible cloud track shows more of the clouds up in the northern portion of the state and a few clouds out to the west that should dissipate before they reach us later on tonight. Low temperatures this morning, a little bit colder. 35 here in Madison, 31 in Camp Douglas. Temperatures mainly in the 30s away from Lake Michigan. Right now, temperatures are in the upper 40s, a few places right around 50, including Prairie du Chien and Boscobel, but the rest of us seeing temperatures in the 40s. Across Dane County right now, 47 degrees in Deerfield, 49 degrees in Mount Horeb, and 48 degrees in Sauk City. Look for skies to be mostly clear or partly cloudy this evening. Temperatures dropping off into the lower 40s by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes some cooler weather for the next couple of days, but a big warm-up as we head into next week.
All right, Gary, thank you. 2 people suffer injuries after a rollover crash last night landed them in the hospital. It happened at East Johnson at Fordham Avenue near Tenney Park. Officers arrived on scene about 9:30. One of the people involved has life-threatening injuries. A third person was treated but not taken to the hospital. That crash appears to be a result of excessive speed, which caused the vehicle to roll over.
After years of SEIU nurses voicing concerns with some of the working conditions at UW Health, the union says it is now taking its concerns to the Department of Health Services.
In the last hour, the union has been gathering, demanding changes. Our Catherine Merck joins us live with more from the nurses themselves. Catherine?
The SEIU nurses have said enough is enough, and today they took further action to what they is to try to improve some of the conditions that they've been having difficulties with at UW Health. At the small demonstration that was outside the Department of Health Services today, the group of nurses said they have resorted to filing forms with the DHS to address what they say is the spiraling crisis of patient safety concerns, understaffing, turnover, and burnout throughout UW Health. I spoke with one nurse who has been at the hospital for 16 years and shared her recent frustrations with the working conditions.
The reason we're really going to the Department of Health today is because it impacts patient safety. It directly impacts patient care, and everyone in our community deserves better. We would like to be able to do better, but you can only do the best you can in the circumstances that you're given.
In an email to me today, staff at the hospital says they have a process to share patient safety concerns with them, which they say the union has not done. As part of a statement to UW Health back in September, on September 25th, UW Health CEO Dr. Kaplan said, quote, patient safety is not a bargaining chip in this health system. They have reached out to the DHS to inform them of this situation. We reached out to the hospital system again today with more information about what they say they have communicated with the union. We have their response and more information from the SEIU on our website right now at channel3000.com. Reporting live in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Catherine, thank you. This Sunday, runners will be racing in the Madison Marathon. Drivers are encouraged to plan ahead. Here is a map of the full marathon. The event starts at 7 a.m. at the Capitol. The route takes runners around Lake Monona through Tenney Park and eventually ending back at the Capitol. The final runners will finish up about 1:30 in the afternoon. Police will be located along the perimeter. Crossing the route will only be permitted when there are gaps in runners. Few people know what veterans go through when they return home. That's why SSM Health has a program that pairs veterans with someone who can relate to them.
With Veterans Day right around the corner, our Maddie Heimsch got to know more about this unique form of support. Maddie?
Yeah, the We Honor Veterans initiative was started to give veterans customized support and recognition during their end-of-life journey. Program officials say that careful understanding is the first step. That's why they created the Veteran-to-Veteran Care Opportunity, where a veteran in hospice care is paired with a volunteer who has a similar military background. The common understanding helps veterans feel comfortable and able to express their emotions or tell their stories while they still can.
And it's good for them to be able to talk about it before they die. And many a times the veteran will say, I never talked about this to anyone. So it's giving them that opportunity.
The program also puts on honor salutes and pinning ceremonies, where those who were never properly honored for their service are formally recognized. During these ceremonies, Sister Georgianne Roudbush even plays taps on her trumpet. Program officials at We Honor Veterans say the movement stands on 3 pillars: compassionate listening, grateful acknowledgement, and respectful inquiry. If you're a veteran or know one who would like to volunteer, go to channel3000.com for more.
All right, Maddie, thank you. Over at the state capitol, 2 groups supporting Palestine, Students for Justice in Palestine and the Madison Branch for Socialism and Liberation, are calling for a ceasefire in the hostilities. The large gathering included speakers who say they'll continue to protest until their voices are heard. Demonstrators drew chalk figures on the Capitol sidewalk to represent Palestinians being killed. Those chalk drawings included names of actual victims.
And a possible sign of hope in the war in the Middle East, Israel is agreeing to humanitarian pauses in its fighting against Hamas. Skylar Henry reports from Washington.
Palestinians are streaming south by the thousands, evacuating Gaza City, where Israel is tightening its grip on Hamas. Israel has agreed to daily 4-hour humanitarian pauses to allow Palestinians to move to safer territory. But the Prime Minister's office says this is not a ceasefire, which will only happen when the hostages seized in the October 7th rampage are released.
Right now, it's 32 days since then, and we don't have a sign of life from anyone.
The director of the CIA has been in Qatar participating in the negotiations. The U.S. believes as many as 10 Americans are among the more than 200 hostages.
We're hopeful. Things are moving along.
Deep in Hamas territory, Israeli soldiers are battling militants in dense urban neighborhoods. They say they're finding weapons stored and manufactured in residential buildings, including next to a child's bedroom. A U.S. official tells CBS News the humanitarian pauses are a baby step in the complicated process of freeing the hostages. President Biden said he'd asked the Israeli Prime Minister for longer.
Did you ask him to pause for 3 days to get the hostages out for that?
Yes. I've asked for even a longer pause for some of them.
After a month of Israeli airstrikes, a UN agency called Gaza's humanitarian needs colossal. Aid to the Strip has increased, but with hospitals damaged and the area desperately short on supplies, Italy is sending a hospital ship to be stationed off the coast to treat injured Palestinians. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
No, let it go. Let it, no.
Well, that's President Biden down in Rockford today, interrupted by a demonstrator supporting a ceasefire in Gaza. He arrived via Air Force One from Washington to deliver a speech on the economy to United Auto Workers there at the Belvedere plant. Here he is putting on a Belvedere, Illinois UAW shirt. The president not only wore the support, he talked about the importance of auto manufacturers keeping those workers on the job.
You saved the auto industry. They should step up for you. A simple proposition. You kept the picket line going for 46 days. Yep. You kept your negotiations working round the clock, negotiators. And in the end, the deal you reached set a new standard.
The president emphasized his commitment to good-paying union jobs.
He also touted his administration's efforts to support the transition to electric vehicles while criticizing former President Trump for his negative views on the electric vehicle industry.
While the president flies home to Washington, GOP presidential hopefuls are resting after that fiery debate last night.
They duked it out in sunny Miami while former President Trump held counter-programming. We'll get a recap just ahead at 5.
And some red numbers on Wall Street across the board today. The Dow off 220 points, the NASDAQ a 129-point dive, and the S&P 500 lost 35. We'll be right back.
You're the people who make junk disappear?
We brought a whole truckload of magic.
1-800-JUNK, I love you.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
No matter what kind of store you visit, no matter what kind of tobacco you ask for, it's illegal to sell tobacco products to anyone under 21. So remember to bring your ID. It will get checked. Because in Wisconsin, 21 means 21, no matter what.
Get the best deals of the season on a new Tempur-Pedic from Steinhoffels. Tempur-Pedic mattresses relieve pressure points and support the body as no other mattress can. And right now, you can save up to $500 on adjustable base sets. Plus, get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Queen sets start at just $42 per month when you use 72-month financing. Hurry in, this deal won't last long. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Clean, safe, fun. I wanted it all when we needed daytime care for Mom. Oh, Grace's new adult day center is so nice. Now she goes twice a week while I'm at work and loves it.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
If you have Medicare and Medicaid, you may be eligible to get extra benefits with iCare's dual eligible special needs plans. Our members get $1,800 per year with a card that's loaded monthly to pay for items such as eligible groceries, over-the-counter items, rent, and utilities. Whatever you don't spend carries over each month. Call us today, and a licensed sales agent will help you find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
This is Matt Gunderson. It still hits me every time TAPS is played. We're honored to serve those who served. An eligible Veterans Life Celebration includes honors recognizing their dedication and selfless service, including uniform and medal displays.
You're the people who make junk disappear?
We brought a whole truckload of magic.
1-800-JUNK, I love you.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
This Veterans Day, News 3 Now is taking you inside a Badger Honor flight to Washington, D.C.
Brothers by blood and brothers in arms.
Yeah, it's been kind of a family thing.
Tonight, we look at the special connections made in the service, coming up at 6.
I say it's the Disneyland of gas stations.
And that's no lie. News 3 Now heads to Texas to give you a taste of Buc-ee's Travel Center and why it's coming north to Badger Country. Moving forward with a new Buc-ee in DeForest. Tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
It was an evening focused on foreign policy. 5 presidential hopefuls took the stage at the 3rd Republican debate. This was last night in Miami.
Each one is vying to be seen as the best alternative to the GOP frontrunner, former President Trump. Mike Valerio has the story.
Among the 5 Republican presidential candidates on stage, the question of who's the strongest alternative to former President Donald Trump was pressing for both former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
You're trying to make up for it and act like you weren't a liberal when it comes to the environment. You were. You always have been. Just own it.
She welcomed them into South Carolina, gave them land near a military base, wrote the Chinese ambassador a love letter saying what a great friend they were.
Joining them on the Miami debate stage, former former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, and South Carolina Senator Tim Scott. A major theme, foreign policy, with America's role in focus as war rages between Israel and Hamas.
I would be telling Bibi, finish the job once and for all.
They have to, 1, eliminate Hamas, 2, support Israel with whatever they need whenever they need it, and 3, make sure we bring our hostages home.
The candidates also took stock of Tuesday's election results, including key victories for Democrats in Virginia and Kentucky, as voters in red state Ohio approved a constitutional amendment to protect abortion rights.
We need a 15-week federal limit.
This is an issue that should be decided in each state.
I think there's something deeper going on in the Republican Party here, and I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers.
Instead of debating, the former president held a rally nearby in Hialeah, Florida.
We will win because we will never stop fighting to save the America we love.
I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Today, Democratic Senator of West Virginia Joe Manchin announced he will not run for re-election to the Senate in 2024. This gives Republicans an opportunity to pick up a seat in the conservative-leaning state. His statement indicated that growing political divisions played a role in his decision. He would have faced a difficult re-election bid, facing off with the state's governor, Jim Justice, a Republican. West Virginia has voted for every Republican presidential candidate since 1996. The actors' strike officially over today. SAG-AFTRA announced it reached a tentative deal with the major film and TV studios. People celebrated in the streets last night in North Hollywood after nearly 4 months of striking. The union's national board will review the deal tomorrow. If approved, the nearly 160,000 actors represented by the union will return to work. This was the first time since the 1960s both writers and actors went on strike together. One of the biggest issues for both groups, the rise of artificial intelligence in the industry.
Let's get a check on the forecast now. Breezy day today. Gary Canalti is here with the forecast. Gary?
Yeah, let's switch over to Max 1 if we could, please. We got the wrong computer up there. There we go. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for a colder night tonight and a colder day tomorrow. We've got a little shot of cold air that's coming in after those winds died down this evening. But dry weather is expected through most of next week. That won't change at all for this weekend and through next week. And then high temperatures will be in the 50s for every day next week, except for Wednesday and Thursday, when high temperatures should be up around 60 degrees. We do have a Badger home game coming up against Northwestern. Kind of chilly. Temperatures starting out in the middle 40s at kickoff, mid 40s at halftime, probably in the upper 30s by the time the game ends. Let's go Badgers. They could use a win. And we also have the Madison Marathon this weekend, Sunday morning, 7 a.m. start. Chilly to start. There might be some clouds, but more sunshine as the morning goes on, so that will help temperatures. And, of course, it should stay dry. On Doppler track, there have been a few flurries up in northern Wisconsin. Those will stay there. Not looking for any precipitation here. High temperature trend over the next 10 days. You can see a little bit below normal for tomorrow, around normal for Saturday, and then above normal pretty much for all of next week. And even as we see our temperatures drop toward the end of next weekend, by then the average temperature should be in the middle 40s. And the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook still calls for temperatures that will stay above normal. Highest probabilities just west of Madison for above normal temperatures. Just the western portion of the country expected to see below normal temperatures. Above normal precipitation expected over much of the country, but this is a little deceiving. You get any kind of precipitation in November, and all of a sudden you get to those above normal levels because you don't usually get a lot of precipitation in the month of November unless you get you're into a stormy weather pattern. You can clearly see where the jet stream is over the Pacific Ocean, and this is why we're expected to stay mild. That warm dome of air will continue to spread eastward across the country. The storm track has been into the Pacific Northwest and up near the U.S.-Canadian border. Now, when the jet stream dips like this, you can see how it picks up moisture from the Gulf of Mexico and starts bringing it northward, but it'll be moving off to the east of us. So we'll stay dry, and just a little dip in the jet stream for some colder temperatures for the next couple of days before it flattens out and we're back to mild conditions as we head toward the end of the weekend and into next week. Planning your night, look for maybe a few clouds around 9 p.m., but notice by midnight, temperatures drop into the upper 30s as those skies clear out, and then we see those temperatures drop off into the low to mid 30s by early on Friday morning. 3 a.m., 35 Madison, 30 for the low temperature in Boscoville, 31 in Lone Rock, and 31 here in Madison. Planning your night across Dane County, 34 for the low in Belleville, 33 Wanakee, and 33 with mostly mostly clear skies in Sun Prairie. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 31 for the low in Baraboo, 28 in Camp Douglas, and 29 in Wautoma. Tomorrow, look for skies to be partly sunny. It will be colder, though. High temperature topping out at 42 degrees in the first warned 7 to 10 day forecast. Again, 47 Saturday, 53 Sunday, and then those temperatures go up from there, around 60 by the middle of next week, maybe some shower chances toward Friday and next weekend. As we check out first warned traffic right now, here's a view of the roads. So you can see on the Beltline, looks like an incident on the westbound Beltline right around Fish Hatchery Road, seeing some delays eastbound on the Beltline right around Monona Drive, the usual spots there. So just slightly elevated travel times either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and I-3990. Inbound from Sun Prairie to downtown is an 18-minute trip. That same trip on the outbound side will take you 20 minutes today. The Beltline to Janesville on I-3990 will take you 23 minutes. And US 12 Middleton to Sauk City, a quick 15 minutes today. That's your News 3 Now first warned traffic.
All right, thank you, Gary. Well, 'tis the season for fun runs. Next on News 3 Now at 5, a warning from experts for all those trotters out there. That's coming up next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The moms have a brand new show.
Are you having a great time?
I'm Mom So Hard Ladies Night. Saturday, November 18th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
Get 11% off everything automotive at Menards. Wiper blades? Copy that. Motor oil? Done. Trust Menards for all your automotive needs. Prevent diesel fuel from gelling in colder climates with House Diesel Treat. Only $11.99 after rebate. Quaker State Full Synthetic Motor Oil delivers strong engine performance while providing unsurpassed protection. Save today on a 5-quart jug. Just $19.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with fast and reliable internet for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited mobile line, and a free Xumo Stream Box when you add Spectrum TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Hold it! Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
Ordering promotional products guaranteed to create memorable moments is an easy mission at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
It hits you when you step into any of the 3 Willie Street Co-op stores, the smell of freshness. We work with hundreds of farms and vendors to bring you natural, organic, and local food selection, unmatched in Madison. Everyone is welcome at Willie Street Co-op. And if you join our more than 30,000 owners, you'll get more sales, discounts, and perks. Fresh, local, organic, yours. Willie Street Co-op.
From Lincoln Center Theater that brought you The King and I and South Pacific comes a sumptuous new revival of the most perfect musical of all time, My Fair Lady.
At Overture Center, November 21st through 26th. Tickets at overture.org.
They're harmony and great country music that brings people together. It's Rocket Club. Performing live Friday, November 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Cat and dog owners, listen up. Mid-America Pet Food expanding a recall that started last week. Impacted brands include Eagle Mountain Pet Food, Victor Super Premium Dog Foods, and Wayne Feeds Dog Food. If the food has a best buy date before October 31st of next year, it may contain salmonella. The only not only can it make pets sick, but the people also can get sick if they handle that food and don't wash their hands. At least 7 people have reported having salmonella infections from the recall in just the past week. Encouraging news for potential home buyers. Mortgage rates plunged this week in the biggest one-week drop since last November. It's the second week that rates have decreased after rising for 7 consecutive weeks. According to data released today from Freddie Mac, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage fell to an average of 7.5% of the week ending November 9th. A year ago, the average 30-year fixed rate reached 7.08%, its highest level of 2022, and then the following week, rates dropped. There are turkey trots, reindeer runs, even a murder mystery 5K.
But if you're planning on joining in on a fun run this holiday season, health experts say you should prepare now. In our Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains how you can avoid injuries.
'Tis the season for themed races, but you could trot your way toward an injury if you don't train properly.
Just going literally from the couch to the 5K is not a really good idea.
Orthopedic surgeon Timothy Miller with the Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center says not preparing your body can lead to injuries like muscle strains, tendinitis, IT band syndrome, even stress fractures from overuse.
You put a lot of additional stresses on your body when you do that. And not just on the musculoskeletal system where we think about it mostly, but also on the cardiovascular system as well.
Miller says if you're just starting to run, see a doctor to make sure you're healthy enough to take on long distances. If everything checks out health-wise, he says to start slow, training at least a month out for a 5K, building up mileage gradually. He also suggests varying the terrain.
So running on hard surfaces, for example, all the time, like hard sidewalks, hard pavement, can put a lot of additional stress on your body from what we call ground reaction forces, leading to injuries.
Have proper footwear that's supportive and fits well. Miller says to go up a half or full size in your running shoe to accommodate foot swelling. And he recommends breaking in new shoes before a race.
That means training them for at least a week or two to make sure you're comfortable with what they're going to feel on your feet.
Miller advises fueling your body, and even when it's colder outside, hydration is still critical.
Experts also say getting enough vitamin D is also important to bone and soft tissue health, especially in the winter when we're not getting as much from the sun. We'll get a final check on your First Warn forecast when we come back.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stained caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, PowerSwabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the PowerSwabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the PowerSwabs 5-minute solution.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did PowerSwabs.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This Thanksgiving, order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Time is running out. Shopko Optical can help maximize your vision benefits and FSA dollars before they expire. Get a comprehensive eye exam and discover your new style. Call Shopko Optical or visit shopko.com to schedule your exam.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, the good news, your favorite TV shows will be coming back soon. The details about the billion-dollar deal that's bringing actors back to work. That and more headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And tonight at 6 on News 3 Now, more stories from the Badger Honor Flight, how the 18-hour trip to the nation's capital is bringing families together and creating even new ones. From a free Grand Slam breakfast at Denny's to a collectible pin from Lowe's, this Saturday is Veterans Day, and many restaurants and businesses have deals for those who have served or who are actively serving this weekend. Some even start on Friday.
And to list a few, Dunkin's offering a free donut. At Starbucks, get a free hot or iced coffee. And at IHOP, free pancakes. What else?
Well deserved. For most deals, all you need to do is show a valid military ID.
Well, it'd be nice to get some nice weather coming away for our veterans over the weekend.
Yeah, I think Saturday will be a little chilly, but overall not too bad. Live view from the Edgewater Sky Camp. Just missed a beautiful sunset to the west. That's what we're looking at right now. But as far as wind gusts today, we had them about the 25 to 30 mile per hour range. Those have started to come down. Current temperatures are in the middle 40s through most of southern Wisconsin. Here in Madison, still 48 degrees, 49 degrees in McFarland, and 47 degrees in Middleton. Look for skies to be clear to partly cloudy this evening. Temperatures dropping off to about 41 by late evening and then dropping to the lower 30s by tomorrow morning.
All right, Gary, thanks. We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.